In the beginning, the god Ya created the planet of Animari. There were 3 main continents, Himeya, Kumatochi, and Mactyre. He filled it with predators like lions, tigers, and bears. Animari was perfect and nothing evil occurred there. However, the rest of the universe was overrun with demons that wanted nothing more than to destroy Ya's creations, so Ya created the Holy Guardians, who were dragons. The first dragon was called Arthur, and he was the king of the Holy Guardians. The dragons had power to control the elements. They protected Animari from the demons and did warfare with them in the place called the Spiritual Plains. One day, centuries later, the Holy Guardians went to war against Ju, the king of all demons. Adronex, one of the Guardians, was tempted by Ju into siding with him and killing all of his brethren who did not follow along the same path as he did. Ya appeared during this treachery and banished Adronex from Animari to never return again. Ya also cast Ju into Sheenan, the underworld located at the center of the universe. Much later, Adronex returned to the Spiritual Plains and lied to Brennan, the leader of the Holy Guardians, and said that Ju had escaped Sheenan and was gathering a massive army to fight against the Guardians. Wanting to meet Ju in battle before he reached Animari to take it by surprise, Brennan led the majority of his dragon warriors toward where he had heard that Ju was. Adronex, who was actually possessed by Ju, slaughtered the guardians that Brennan had left behind to guard Animari during his absence. Adronex then flew down to Animari and claimed to come in the name of Ya. Thus, having the animals' trust, he established a new covenant which condoned rape, murder, and thievery, and cannibalism, and the like, as worship toward Ya. Thus, all of Animari fell into sin. Brennan and the Holy Guardians returned to Animari, but Ya appeared to them before they could touch down on the spiritual planes, removing their titles from them for being so negligent of his words and commands. Ya turned the Holy Guardians into stone statues and scattered them in caves all over Animari. In place of the Holy Guardians, Ya created the wolves. The first wolf was Fenrir, and he headed up a new guardian group called the Lightbringers. They spread the word of Ya and tried to keep the world of Animari at peace as best as possible, and they were commanded to do this until Ya's set time. The wolves had elemental powers, much like the dragons. Fenrir had 12 sons with his mate Aoife and died at the age of 144. Centuries later, the other animals grew angry with the Lightbringers for telling them that their acts were wrong. Thus, the Lightbringers were forced to leave the continent of Himeya and make their home on Mactyre. At this time of great loss and treachery, Ya spoke to the Lightbringers and told them that one day he would send a wolf that carried the spirit of Fenrir, the first created wolf within himself. He would be the harbinger of the end of the age. Now, many years later, a wolf called Garrif is born, who may or may not be the harbinger of the end of the age, as Ya promised, whose destiny is to defeat Animari's arch enemy and see the world finally reborn anew. Have fun!